Facebook, what's happening? What's up? It's your boy Jay Cobb. Real quick, guys. We're here, right? We are here, man. We're getting ready to take off on day 4 on the road to success in 5 days. All right. So give me 1 second, guys. Let me get this thing shared out. All right. So as I'm sharing this out, guys, you guys do the same thing. Share this out. Invite a few people. Tag your team. You know, let some emojis fly if you guys can hear and see me okay. And we're about to rock this thing out, man. So let me get this thing shared to my other page. And we are ready to rock. All right. So what's happening? What's up? What's up? Got IG over here. I got my Facebook fam. So as you guys are chiming in, be sure to say what's up. All right, let some emojis fly if you guys can hear and see me okay. And we're about to rock this thing. All right. So what do you guys? Maybe this is your first time catching one of these lives. Well, currently we on the road to success in 5 days. All right. So if you guys are new, don't have an idea who I am. My name is Jermaine Cobbins. I go by the name Jay Cobb. I'm an online and network marketer. I'm a business coach, and I specialize in helping home-based business entrepreneurs as well as small business owners to build their brand and scale their business using the power of social media. All right. So let me go ahead and put in the comments below where you guys can reach out to me. If you guys, like to connect with me personally, over on IG, you guys know what to do. Click the bio. Click the free 15-minute call with Jay Cobb. And if you're watching this, replay on YouTube, be sure to click the link in the description after that. All right. So first thing first, I want to thank the people that have already reached out to me. Right. I have already had a few people that actually, opted in, and everybody that opted in has already received a text from me. They know that I'm currently in this, 5 days of road to success, and I just let them know, like, hey, thank you for connecting. I get with you, after this workshop is over, and we're gonna rock this thing out. All right. So where are we at? All right. So currently, guys, for the past 3 days, we have went over 10 qualities, and we have went over 5 habits. Today, we're gonna go over 5 more habits. Man, it's day 4. Man, doesn't time fly? So we're gonna rock this thing out, guys. And here's, like, so many people they miss this right here. For the simple fact that you have been rocking with me so far, it lets me know that it's not even about me. It's not the fact that, oh, you just in love with Jay Cobb, you love the content. It's not even that. It's the fact that you are serious about your success. It means that you're serious about leveling up in your life. And guess what? I know, it's kind of the middle of the day, and, people have jobs, people have things going on. I get it. But for the people that have dedicated their time to being here and, watching and keeping up with the content, whatever the case may be, I promise you, you guys have no other choice but to level up, right? You have no other choice but to grow and become a better version of yourself. And that's why I call it the 5 days. The road to success in 5 days. All right. Danielle, what's happening? What's happening? So we're gonna rock this thing out, guys, and as always, let me know. All right, if you guys are getting value, be sure to let me know. If something resonates with you, let me know. And before we even get started, I need you guys to do me a favor. All right, smile, right? Just smile, man. And, like, you guys just don't understand what smiling does. Just fucking smile, right? And the idea is, I talked about this morning, since we're talking about habits. This is a good habit to practice, man. It's just to learn how to just smile through everything. Just have this big, goofy ass grin on your face for no apparent reason, right? Nothing has to happen. Just smile. And I promise you guys, you're going to feel so much better. All right. So let's go ahead and rock it. For someone that's watching, if you're able to hang out this whole time, it'll be greatly appreciated if you guys could type in the actual number of the ones that I'm actually spinning out. That way, the people that are watching the replay, it'll help them out as well. And of course, like I said, it'll help me out as well, guys. All right, so y'all ready? You ready to rock? Y'all ready? IG? Y'all ready? Here we go. Day 4. All right. We're talking about habits. All right. So we're on number 16. Okay. Number 16 is moving around. Okay. And it states, if you had an opportunity, don't spend the whole day in the office. Changing your environment can help improve your creativity and productivity. Experiment a bit, and you'll find the best strategy for yourself. Moving around, right? And it states, I mean, it's the first sentence, man. Don't spend the whole day in the office, okay? Um, of course, I'm in my office right now, guys. And, for those that work from home full time, I know you guys have a routine that, you're not always in your office. Sometimes you may be in different parts of the house. Sometimes you may go to some type of networking space, maybe a coffee shop, whatever the case may be. But the idea, guys, like it stated, changing your environment can help improve your creativity and your productivity. Okay, so just to give an example of changing your environment, if you look right here, guys, each and every day I had a different setup to my right. All right, every day I had a different setup, and to me, it means a lot. Okay, now to you guys, you probably haven't even paid attention, but if you go back from day one all the way through, each day I have a different setup over here. Okay, and guys, this is something because you know I'm not the mundane type of person. Okay, I love to be creative. I love expressing my creativity. I love change. I love trying new things. That's just who I am, right? So you guys have that within you, but when you're not able to exercise your creativity, guys, it makes you feel like you're in a drag. Okay, and that's what happens in your workspace. I love my little workspace. I love my office. Everything I have is here. My whiteboard, my backdrops, books, everything, right? But yet there are times, guys, where I like going to the lake, right? There are times I like going to the park, right? There are times that I just like getting to a different environment to where I can work my creative juices, or just a change of scenery, guys. You know what I mean? So if you're always in a workplace, if you're always seeing the same things every day, guys, this is really hurting you for the long run. And I get some people work in warehouses and different companies. Some people work in cubicles. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something. If that's the way your life is set up, well, guess what? Being outside, right? Changing your environment when you get off, going to the park, going to the lake, doing things, getting around different, people. It really makes a difference in your life. You know what I mean? So here are a few things that I do, guys. And like I just stated, parks and lakes is just one of my favorites. I just love going to the park. I love going to the lake. But what I do, guys, I don't spend no more than 1 hour, at these places, okay? I do not go to the park 2-3 hours at a time. I do not go to the park or the lake for half a day. No more than about an hour. And the idea is I'm not going to the park or the lake for creative thoughts, okay? That's not the intent. But as I go, what it does, it frees your mind. It helps you to, brain dump some things and create some things. So the idea is just putting yourself in that environment, and hang out 30 minutes to an hour. So that's just something that I do. Some other things you can do, guys. Maybe you're not close to a lake or a park. Walk around the yard or your neighborhood. Okay, just walking around the yard, guys, really gets the juices flowing. You'll be amazed, especially if you have like trees and things like that around you. You'll be amazed with just watching animals, birds, squirrels, bugs. You'll be amazed how your senses and things begin to heighten just by nature. You know what I mean? So you're not in going around your neighborhood. This is something that you can also do, guys. Not so much as to get inspiration, but just to change your environment. All right. And of course, beaches, coffee houses, and network places. So you can't go wrong with those things. All right. So moving on, number 17, visualizing. All right. Visualizing. It states that you can think through your day or imagine reaching the goals you've set. Whatever the case may be, visualizing brings clarity to the future plans and actions. Okay, number 17 is visualizing. And whether you guys know this or not, visualizing is how this right here come about, the road to success. Okay, there's no content, there's no video, there's nothing that I don't provide to my audience, to you guys, that I don't first visualize, right? A lot of times, guys, it's not about monetization. With me, it's not always about monetization, but I always tell people that are connected with me, have the end goal in mind. That end goal may not be monetization, for everything that you do. But the idea is everything starts with visualization, and let me ask you guys a question. Let me know in the comments below. Do you daydream? All right. Let me know if you daydream. Put me in the comments below if you daydream. Okay. And I'm gonna say me. All right. Coming up through elementary, guys, parts of junior high, I stay in. I ain't gonna say in trouble, but the teacher always got on to me for daydream. Like, Jermaine, wake up. All right, Jermaine, and I mean, I'd be in a whole nother world. Maybe you guys can relate, but I'm an avid dreamer, man. I sit and I just take off. But the beauty of this, guys, is that you got to be careful, because society, schools, people around you, they will make you think that your dreams are they're not real, right? They yell it all the time. Hey, Kev, what's going on? And the idea is okay to daydream. Like, you should daydream, because you're exercising the possibilities, right? Everything that you're experiencing right now is from someone's thoughts, from cameras to smartphones to Facebook to everything that I'm doing, right? It comes from someone's thoughts. So the idea is that they are real if you make them real, all right? But here's some things. Let me go back. And it says that, whatever the case may be, visualizing brings clarity to your future plans and action. So many people are in a rut because they cannot clearly see the next step. They cannot clearly see the ultimate goal. It's hard to see that car or that home you really want to get when your credit score is 480 or 512, right? It's hard to see a better day when you have multiple credit cards maxed out. It's hard. It's hard to see that you're going to lose 50 pounds when you are 2 weeks into your journey. It's hard. So the idea is that you have to start visualizing, guys. You have to literally start visualizing. So let me give you a few things that I do to help me to just practice or exercise this visualization, all right? One of the things I do, I told you daydreaming. Start daydreaming, okay? If you can, when you do daydream, try to remember what you was daydreaming about and just write it out. It may be numbers, it may be colors, it may be a materialistic item, whatever it is. It may be an idea, an aha moment. Write it out on a sticky note or a notebook. We talked about having some type of journal yesterday. So write these things out and just put them to the side, because I promise you, nothing is new under the sun. Okay, so it will circle back and become like, oh man, now I get it, right? What I do when I meditate, I begin by visualizing that I'm underwater. Okay, and I bet you're like, why in the hell would you do that, right? Getting into my meditation state, guys. You have sometimes noises, just you have trash on the brain. So what I do to kind of lower my heart rate and just to kind of really get focused, I start visualizing that I'm underwater before I go into my meditation. And what that does, whether you notice or not, if you look in my office, I have, sharks and things like that, around me. So I'm a real aquatic guy. So I start visualizing that I'm underwater. And there are times when I begin to see stingrays and sharks and just motion as if I'm underwater. And it helps me, guys. You know what I mean? It may sound crazy. I don't really give a damn. I'm just sharing with you guys what I do and what helps me. So these are some people fear being underwater, right? So that might not be a good thing for you, but the idea is that's something that I do, and you begin to exercise your actual visualization. Another thing I do is you can visualize physically, okay? And what does that mean? This was something an old buddy of mine. He was older than me, but he was a good friend of mine. He taught me this years ago. And it's simply like putting your hand on something and just claiming it as yours. And when he brought this to my attention, it was actually one of the first one of the first cars. I think my first car that I got, and I really wanted this car. And he was just like, "Hey, claim it in the Lord's name, right?" And you know, it's just one of those things that kind of grew on me, guys. But he said, you know, put your hand on it and just claim it. And once you claim it, it's yours, right? And I know there are people that probably say, well, that's a bunch of hocus pocus bullshit. But at the end of the day, it won't work for you. If you feel that way, it just won't work for you. But what it has done for me, things that I want that I can physically, tangibly touch, I put my hand on it and I claim it. And then, guys, I have it. Even from this house, I remember laying my hand on the corner of my house. And this house was it was foreclosed. It had bushes and shrubs growing up in front of it. But I remember coming to this house and I had that vision, like, man, I know what this house, this yard will look like if I had it. And I remember putting my hand on the side of this house and just claiming it. Well, I'm in this house now. And that has helped with cars and all kind of things, right? So it works, all right? So moving on, man. For the people hopping on late, what's up? We on day 4 of the road to success in 5 days. If you are new, just chiming in, be sure to listen to emojis fly. Be sure to say hello, say what's up. Invite your team, tag some people, whatever. All right. Number 18, dealing with the hardest task first. It states, get the hardest task out the way, and it won't be bothering you the rest of the day. Think about something challenging that's coming up, can be really distracting and discouraging. Nobody wants that. So when it's talking about dealing with your hardest task first, guys, we all have things we really don't care to do, okay? And they are things that may need to improve us, make our life better, make our business better, whatever the case may be. So the idea is, you know, when you begin your day having your power list, you know, 1 or 3 things that you want to get done every day. When you have that, we tend to want to put the things we really don't want to do off. We put them last. And what this habit is insinuating is to start practicing doing the things that are the toughest or the most challenging or the ones you really are not excited to do. Put those tasks first. And I remember this, guys, when I first started doing online marketing. You know, it took a while to kind of get better at email marketing, right? Because, you know, we so used to trying to type how we talk. So when I send out emails, I want to make sure my emails are something that people will actually read. For a while, guys, I didn't like writing emails, okay? So it was one of those things that I really struggle with, you know, getting done. It may take, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, but for some reason, writing emails was a daunting task for me. And it just was like, man, like I do it later. And here it is, it'd be lunchtime or 2 o'clock in the evening. I'm trying to, you know, whoop up a quick email. And that's not the way I wanted to run my business. I wanted my business to have the emails out, you know, at least before 10 o'clock a.m., depending on your time zone. So this was something that I had to condition myself to do. Now, I either write my emails that morning or I write them the night before and have them automated to go out the next day. So that's one of those things, guys. So dealing with this, guys, like I told you, first of all, you want to have a power list, all right? Make sure that you have, you know, your least sexiest activity first, all right? It may be video description, like I do YouTube as well. So typing out my YouTube description, guys, is something that I really don't like doing. So what I do is if I know I'm going to upload a YouTube video, if I know, of course, what the content or whatever is going to be about, I go ahead and try to get that description typed up. Get it on out the way, it's scratched off my list, and it's done because I like doing videos. So once I finish my video, I don't have to go and try to rethink of the description. It's already done. So that helps me, all right? Writing out emails and then in some cases phone calls. Most people don't like to make phone calls. They'll do all the other things and then they'll get maybe frustrated or a little wore out and then they want to try to pick up the phone and talk to prospects. Well, you know, that may not be a good practice because like I said in the previous days that people can feel your energy. So if you're in a good spirit, if you wake up meditating, affirmations, eating a good breakfast, exercising, then around 10 o'clock or so, you're feeling really good. 10, 11 o'clock, you're feeling good. So that's like the best time to really start hitting up some texts, making some dials, sending out some voice messages through Messenger, whatever the case may be, because you have the most energy, you know, before 12 noon. All right. And let's see. Oh, and the last thing is learning a new skill. Like, and this is still on number 18, dealing with the hardest task. A lot of people don't like to learn new things. Okay, they don't like to learn new things. So I have a system on how I learn new skills and tools. And for example, let's just say some of the business tools, guys. Yes, it can be a little challenging or frustrating to try to learn a new tool, right? Well, I found out a way that I personally use to help me to learn how to use systems and things like that that are just brand new to me in a short amount of time. So what I do, I break this down in a 3-week process. Okay, feel free to try this out. The first week, I'm only consuming videos, like just training videos. Okay, that's all I'm doing. I'm just going through videos, you know, taking things in visually, audibly, just taking things in for 1 week. That next week, that's when I'm starting to do hands-on. I'm actually starting to, you know, manipulate some of these things that I have, you know, witnessed the week before, just moving things around, you know, clicking some buttons, doing some things, just really doing it. And I do that for a whole week, right? The third week, that's when I'm actually into my creative. That's when I'm actually putting together a project. It don't have to be anything big, you know, but if it's a website or some type of website tool or funnel tool or email marketing tool, the idea is, okay, after we go through training videos on how this works, after we go, you know, clicking some buttons and doing some things, okay, now let's set up our first email. Okay, let's set up our first campaign. Let's set up our first, you know, follow-up sequence, right? So the idea is, this is what helps me, and it kills that overwhelm, because so many people try to get in something brand new and they want to use it like, you know, like it's supposed to be used, but it's brand new. Does that make sense? Let me know if this makes sense, guys, you know, because so many people miss this. All right. So moving on, number 19, reading. It states, yes, it's that simple. Make reading a habit. A couple of pages a day won't take too much time. Just make sure to read something you're interested in. Otherwise, it will be exhausting and won't benefit you in any way. I had someone I was talking to the other day, and they said reading make them sleepy. How many people out there, by show of hand, agrees that reading makes you sleepy? Let me know. All right, let me know, IG. If reading makes you sleepy, put the sleepy emoji in the comments below. All right. So here's the thing. Reading doesn't make you sleepy. All right. More than likely, you're reading something that's not in congruence with where you are or who you are. All right. So the idea is, you want to make sure that you are reading material that excites you. Right. Think about this. How many people have you known went to sleep watching porn? To my porn watchers out there, yeah, there are women that watch porn too. I don't. All right. Yes. How many times have you went to sleep watching porn? So the idea is, because you're excited, right? You enjoy it. So whatever the case may be, it's the same thing when it comes to reading. Okay. The material that you're reading is probably what has you bored, right? So it says, it's that simple. Make reading a habit. Since we're talking about habits, guys, reading has to become a habit. Now, let's say you're one of the type of people like, Jermaine, I don't read, or I don't have time to read. Okay. If you don't read, I advise you to get into audiobooks. Okay. I really recommend you getting into audiobooks. You can put these on while you're driving. You can put these on while you're cleaning. But I promise you, audiobooks will really get the mind going if you struggle with actually cracking open a book. Okay. What was the other thing? Oh, time wise. People say, well, I don't have enough time to read. I don't, you know, whatever the case may be. Here's the thing. Start with 10 pages a day. 10 pages, or just crack open a book and set a timer for 30 minutes. You'll be amazed how fast that 30 minutes go by. You'll be amazed how within 10 pages, you're going to be wanting more, whatever that thing is, right? So try those things. 10 pages per day, or 30 minutes. That's the whole purpose of me having this little setup here. I got a few of my books because, you know, and you know what's cool about this? Every book here, guys, I have read. I mean, I wouldn't believe it. You know, some people use books as props and things like that just to say, hey, I got books. But I have actually read all of these books, and it's pretty dope. So right now, at the time of this video, I haven't been reading long. At the time of this video, guys, I'm knocking right at about 40 books that I have consumed. And it was brought to my attention that for every book you read, you are increasing your net worth, or your hourly salary by $10, right? So for every book you read, you're increasing your hourly salary by $10. So hell yeah, I went all in, right? So I'm about 40 books in right now. So you do the math, it's about $400, and yeah, it's about right. You know what I mean? So truly worth it, guys. All right. Another thing you could do is, or the problem people have, is finding the perfect book. Okay, so you want to start with your biggest struggle. Reason why I say that, so many people are like, well, Jermaine, what's a good book? Or what book do you recommend? I don't know. I don't know exactly what you're going through. So for myself, when I got started reading at the time, guys, I was in over $30,000 worth of debt. I didn't have any money. I didn't know where my life was. So the book that most of the entrepreneurs that I was around was talking about was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They said that book will really just help you to shift your mindset. And when I read that book, guys, it just literally blew my mind. I mean, it let me know exactly why I was dealing with what I was dealing with. And from there, by being in debt, I dove into finance, different books, you know what I mean? So The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, and Think and Grow Rich, I believe, you know. So from there, when I go into a bookstore, guys, just depending on where I'm at, not just emotionally, but in my business, that's kind of how I pick books, you know, whether I want to do something with social media wise, something that's dealing with mindset, you know, something that's dealing with a little bit more strategy or business or leadership oriented, whatever the case may be. So that's how I choose my books. All right. And the last tip on the reading aspect, don't share your books. I repeat, don't share your books, guys. I had to learn this the hard way. When it comes to sharing your books, when you share your books, guys, there is a chance that you may not get your books back. And these books cost real money. All right. You know, these are investments. So you don't want to just be giving your investments away. And you would hate to have to come to someone and say, hey, did you start reading that book? Have you finished that book yet? Right? And then, oh, well, yeah, you know, you would hate to just kind of do that. So here's my recommendation. If you're going to share a book with someone, share it as a gift. Okay, give it with the intent of them, you know, or of them not giving it back, or like I said, just a gift. Okay, do not share your books, guys. Do not give your books away. If you're going to give books away, buy a separate book, give it away as a gift. Okay, I had to learn the hard way. I've done this with 2 books, and I said I'd never do it again. And hell, with those 2 books, I think it was about right at $30. So when you give out these books, lend these books out, you know, it can get a bit pricey. Okay. And the final one for today, number 20, waking up early. Okay. It states, waking up early gives you a solid head start to your day. It's because our brains are most efficient within 2.5 to 4 hours of waking up. It will also improve your attitude once you're used to your new regimen. Waking up early, man. Put in the comments below, whether you're live, whether you're watching the replay, IG, put in the comments below, what time do you normally wake up? All right? What time do you normally wake up? All right? And for myself, guys, you know, my alarm clock is normally set around 4:30. Late side, you know, 4:45, 4:50, you know what I mean? If I sleep late, guys, literally, like sleeping late to me is like 6 o'clock, seriously. So 4:30 is about the average time that I'm waking up. And I bet you're like, well, why the hell would you wake up that early? Because I like to get a start on my day, okay? I like to get up when it's dark, and I like to get things going as the day comes to me. You see what I'm saying? So I like to get ahead of my day. And the idea, it says, it gives you a solid head start to your day. So many people wake up and they are straight to the bathroom, getting dressed, getting prepared for work, getting the kids ready, then they're out the door. Okay. But it states in there, Our brains are most efficient within 2.5 to 4 hours of waking up. So let me give you an example how this coincides with the rest of this. Let's say you wake up at 6, you got to be at work at 8. Well, when you wake up at 6, for those first 2 hours, you're only focused on getting to work. So when you get to work, your focus is work, whatever that may be, bullshitting around, doing your job, whatever. Now, for the first 2 to 4 hours, which is from like 6 to 10, predominantly of your thought has been work related. Predominantly of your thought has been for something else other than yourself, right? And it states right here, it will also improve your attitude once you get used to your new regimen. How many people know people that just come into work just cranky, right? They're on one, right? You tell them good morning, they barely want to speak, right? We make excuses for them, saying, well, maybe they haven't had their coffee yet, or whatever the case may be. How many people know, people like that? Let some emojis fly. So the idea is it helps your attitude by waking up and just centering yourself, pulling positive energy, starting with gratitude, certain things, right? And guys, in the first 2 to 4 hours of your day, it's so important to make that time for yourself. It's so important to do the things you need to do for yourself, okay? Here's one thing, guys. When I first get up, guys, I practice gratitude, okay? Before I get out the bed, I say, thank you, Lord, for a new day, okay? Because I'm here. I got an opportunity to do something, to create something, to lead something, right? And from there, I go into my money affirmations. I say something every morning, pretty much the same thing that's related around money. And that helps pull money to me. It's a universal law, okay? And if you don't think it worked, think about waking up and you'll be like, God damn, right? Another day. Here we go, right? Let me go in this hellhole. Let me go put up with this shit. How many people, do this or know somebody that does this? Well, that's an affirmation. So when you do that, when you go into work, that's when the boss gonna hit you with something you don't want to do. That's when, things just don't go your way. That's when your car won't crank. That's when your tires don't flap because you're like, God damn. Oh, I sure don't want to get out of bed this morning, right? So that's an affirmation. So I'd rather just say affirmation that's around money, that's around gratitude. And that way I'm pulling more positive, influential things to me, okay? If you struggle with getting up, guys, like it states, it says, once you get used to this new regimen, set your alarm clock 1 hour early, okay? Set your alarm clock 1 hour early than the time you're supposed to get up, okay? Let me give an example. Let's say you got to be at work at 7:30. Let's say you get up at 5. Well, between 5 and 7, you're probably not doing the things you need to do. This is for the people that struggle with this. So yes, start setting your alarm at 4, right? And people are like, I'm not getting up at 4 o'clock. The idea is, it's not so much as you getting up at 4 o'clock. The idea is you're conditioning your body to start getting adapted to waking up early, okay? And here's how you counter that. This is why you feel like crap when a 4 o'clock alarm goes off or 4:30 alarm goes off. Here's why you feel like crap. It's because you're staying up too late the night before. So what you want to do is you want to prepare your tomorrow the night before, all right? You can't stay up to 11 o'clock and then try to get up at 4 o'clock and expect to be productive or fresh or ready to rock and roll. So get your ass in the bed, right? 9:10, 9:30, no later than 10 o'clock. Get in the bed and get prepared for that 4 o'clock or that 4:30, 4:15 alarm so you can get up, get shaking, get moving, okay? And when it comes to, well, I got kids and, my kids don't go to bed till 10:30 and this and that. Once again, condition your kids to pipe down 7:30, 8 o'clock so they can be ready to, get ready for bed at 9, 9:30, whatever the case may be. So everything is really habit, guys. And what do you do when you get up? Of course, myself, guys, I hit the gym. First thing in the morning, I hit the gym. But for those that are not gym goers or not trying to get in shape, I recommend doing a walk, right? Just go outside and walk. Do a podcast walk. Do a light jog. Do a run. Do something productive before you come in and start getting prepared for work. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. That is it, peeps. That is it, man. And once again, man, I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. All right. Like I said, there's a link in the description. If you're watching this on YouTube, where you guys connect with me personally. If you're on Facebook, the link will be in the comments. IG, of course, this will be gone in 24 hours, so you guys can always reach out to me. The link in the bio, click the 15-minute free discovery call with your boy. And I want to give a huge thanks to Miss Danielle once again for coming through with the context. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So, guys, day 4 is in the books. Day 4 is in the books. We got one more. Tomorrow we'll be going over 10 secrets. I'm going to be dropping all 10 secrets in tomorrow's video. Be sure to, like I said, give this video a thumbs up. Drop a comment. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway. And other than that, peeps, I'm out of here. All right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right? It's your boy Jay Cobb. Be humble. Be consistent. Be you.